The Nittany Lions and the Buckeyes, a rivalry born of one side setting the standard and the other trying to climb the mountain. And we are on the cusp of dotting the I on a great clash in this one. Welcome to storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
I caught up with the Nittany Lions head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. Keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Reese?
Holly, thank you. Coming out with it, it's Cross. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Sayin. Right on the money. There he goes. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. He makes the grab. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. On the run, it's Jackson. Might have a chance. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Jackson. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And right down the middle. So a dynamite play there, 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Cross. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like a great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanting to throw the football, scrambles around, gets some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
Finds his tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. That holding call threw him in reverse. Now it's second and long. Here's Sayin to throw. Fires quickly. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
So it's third and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
Unloads it downfield. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hansen. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Well, on a lot of third downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that third down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
Running inside, it's Peoples. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Dropping back, it's Beck. Firing to the right, complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Looking downfield on first down. Got it. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. And the Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's third and goal. Barrels ahead. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water, gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Instead of trying to just take the lead with a field goal, they'll leave the offense out there to try. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And how about this offense? A big situation on fourth and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And the extra point was good. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Working that left side now. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Trying to keep the drive alive. Maybe some room here. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And coaches have their scripts and their play sheets, and they have 4th and short. You know, when you get in these situations, they have plays that they're confident in. Called one here. Great job executing right near midfield.
And the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. The DBs will back off a bit. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. You can hear the roar all the way to Mount Nittany after he got in the backfield and made the play.
And they always give you something to roar about, don't you? These Penn State linebackers, I don't know where they find them, but year after year they find some of the best players in all of football.
Say it. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments. Wide out level noise. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. Saying to throw for it on 4th. A shot toward the end zone. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Oh, that stings, man. You did a great job calling the play. You got your guy open. Everything was executed perfectly. And the ball hits him in the hands, and he just can't bring it in. Man, those are tough ones. Those are tough to swallow.
They'll start on the ground with people. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. But really, since then, Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big games, and how do they play against Ohio State? A big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Yeah, it's always so close, too. You think back to Woody Hayes, and you think back to Joe Paterno. For years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Hansen. There's a crease. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Got it, looking for a first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Really nice time to go RPO there by the offense. 3rd and short, you might run the football. You got to fake that, certainly, and it freezes the defense just a split second enough for the QB to spit that thing out to the perimeter, to make the catch, and get the first down.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hansen. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll run it with James Peoples. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown. And here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high. But this is one of those areas situationally in a game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. These corners backing off a bit. Say it. Bringing the heat. On the move and looking. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami, taking on the Pitt Panthers. And it's the Hurricanes, hoping that the clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 8-1 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might as well stick with him. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. At the end of that play, there is a Nittany Lion still shaken up and down on the field. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Rushes on him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Complete downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Wants to throw on first down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, this offense has been having its way all day long with this defense, but finally the defense creates a negative play. Let's see if that now gives them a little more confidence to get back in this game.
The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Release to the back. Got his man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Running inside. It's Peoples. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
He might want another play. Back to pass, it's Beck. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They'll run it. It's Peoples. He's not going to make it to the sticks. And what a stop against one of the best third down offenses in the country. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Throwing, say it. Unleashes it on the run. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And you can't start the half any better than that. You talk about going in, making halftime adjustments, talking about what they did. It looks like they knew exactly what they were going to do. Come out, read the pass, break on the football, make the pick, and draw first blood here in the third quarter.
Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete. Big, tall receiver. Figure the quarterback has an easy target. Not this time. Missed it badly.
And a lot of those big guys, they don't necessarily, some of them do, some of them are freak shows, but a lot of those big guys don't run great all the time, and you want to get physical and disrupt those routes and disrupt that timing. You could tell the timing was a little bit off on them.
On 3rd down, here's Peoples. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Here's Julian saying to throw. Here comes the heat. He's looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team, because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort. Right now, they're making the most plays.
The run inside. It's Jackson. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. He lets it fly. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down.
Here we go, ready. Hey, take it.
So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Great place to start for this offense. Quarterback making adjustments. To throw, it's Beck. Unloads to the right. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
From the red zone, it's Peoples. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State. And the punishment has been extended. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. Well, they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. And the throw out to the sideline took just a few yards.
It just took the quarterback a little too long to find his tight end that time. He's out there by the sideline, wide open. If the quarterback can just get it to him a hair sooner, he's going to have a chance to advance that thing forward, and they're going to get more yards. So the quarterback just has to be able to make his decision.
Turning it on! Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Sayin to throw. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense got it. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Looking to pass. It's Beck. He lofts one down the sideline. Intercepted to stop the threat. Takes it the other way. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the top. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeye.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. Still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time. He gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Here's Peoples one more time. Got a little grass. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the beatdown has ensued. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They go right back to him. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And you know what? The best 3rd down offenses don't get the 3rd down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs 3rd downs if you can just pound it down their throat on 2nd down?
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. That's a great situation to try to run the ball.
And you got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing and you need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
And they get him down.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Running inside, it's Jackson. That's not quite